no, Faz, I'm taking this shit, man. It just moves on its own. This is mine now, Faz. This is mine.
Same, boys.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Oh, I like you saying, boys. Oh, wow, you know, use that.
Sunday mornings, eh?
Bro, listen, I can either be or be stuck in the drum with the missus, man. I don't know what I prefer.
No, mate, okay.
Carry on, boys. Come on, Leo, back up that chat. To be fair, yeah.
Who you got?
Nah, I'm saying Jimmy Bullard. Yeah, I'm going more for Jimmy Bullard.
Nah, I gotta be Sammy.
Come on, big man. Nah, that's staying in. Gaffer's here.
Gaffer's always here, always ready.
Yeah.
I just put 11 every week.
It's a smile, lad. There's one of my left backs for the end of the season game.
Yeah, up there, bro.
I'm only tapping you up, boys. Hope you're ready for today. Well, there's my centre mid for the Fats v Braz game. It's a small titch.
Hey, man. You know me, bro. Getting into this weather, man.
Go, yeah.
Man, it's sick, keeping it fresh. I got a couple spare if you need them.
Oh, happy days, brother. Come on.
Wise and head on. Out to the left, Beefy. Out to the right. Nice and solid at the back. Three in the middle. Gonna be Patch, Tamer, straight in, boys, yeah. Three up the top is going to be Wheels, Steph, and Zach out to the right.
Let me just quote something. In the middle, obviously, I'm looking for you to be a voice of this. You're a bit older now, so they're coming back into a sort of real ball. If you need to be that anchor in front of us, the job that Steph normally does, let's do it. And or if you can't, if you want to bomb on past or pass the pop bomb on past, I need you to be checking your shoulders. Just drop in and do your job, because on here now, if them two can't receive it when we want to play, you're just going to have to come in and drop in. When you drop in, it's a licence for you to go past it. Steph, obviously you'll be down the middle of the two, up to them two what they want to do, make sure that the fucking
Yes, people, welcome back to Sunday League Settings with myself, Big Fazza. Now, with things at the top of the Oakbourne and Coronation Prem table spicing up, this week we've got VIP taking on Hampton United. Now, less than me chatty patty, let's get straight into the action. Now, goal kick to VIP over the halfway line. Tommy gets his head on it. No further than Niall Attenborough, who plays in Jack Whelan. One-on-one with the keeper, rounds him, and goes and slots it in the back of the onion bag. 1-0 to VIP within the first 5 minutes of the game.
Finish that, Wheels! There you go!
And that's a good start to the game for the Orange Army. Come flying out the blocks. Now, as you can see, it was raining cats and dogs on Sunday. Both teams were trying to play football, as you can see. Ball into the air, tried to control there by Teach, but goes skidding out of play. Yeah, nice one for the cup of tea as well, Pete. Now, Heno plays inside to Taylor Byrne. Wazza plays it into Niall Attenborough. Is this a now you see it, now you don't? I think it is. Decent little turn there by Ats. Into Patch, who sees the run on the left-hand side from Beefy. Now, Beefy's got plenty of time to get his head up and whip one in the box. But in all fairness to the keeper, comes out early and scoops it up. Free kick just inside their own half. Raf standing over it. tries to dink one in. Eventually it bounces to Wazza at the back for VIP. His clearance turns into a decent through ball in the end. Pressure put on by Jack Whelan makes the keeper commit. And the offside rule is clearly if the keeper's off his line and there's a defender behind him, you cannot pass it because it is offside. So learn that kind of learned today in all fairness.
Until I see it in the Prem about 2 weeks. Hey boys, it's right.
Now as we get back into the action, Titch with a throw-in just in front of the camera, but Hampton defending their lines. And from that resulting throw-in, handball given against VIP, free kick to Hampton. Now Titch coming out of defence with the ball once again, tries to play it down the channel, but it's intercepted by Hadley. Decent defending there by Heno. Titch picks it up, tries to play it into Wazza, but there's not enough on it. Intercepted by Mix, ends up breaking to Will Simmons, gets his shot away, just wide. Now I will have to apologise, I didn't clock until I was editing the video that the camera behind the left goal, which Hampton is shooting towards, was recorded in a time-lapse theme, so there's going to be very minimal highlights coming from behind that goal. Now the ball intercepted off Jack Whelan by Tommy into Will Simmons, and a man that needs no introduction into the game is the boy Taylor Byrne. Every time I've watched Taylor, you always get a 7 or an 8 out of him, and you can't complain. And as I say that, ball into Ats. Now you see it, now you don't. Gotta get a rewind on it. Now decent through ball into the path of Stephen Caesar. One-on-one with the keeper, shoots, hits the post. Now when the weather's like this and the pitch is the way it is, it's really not to have a 50-50. Patch is definitely up for it. Picked up by Hadley, whipped in, but again more defensive duties done by Taylor Byrne. Played into Ats again, looking for the outlet of Jack Whelan. Intercepted by Tommy though, good defending. And eventually, Hampton go home. Now number 10 for Hampton, Will Simon standing over the ball. Normally got decent delivery. Inviting. Now if Hampton get ahead on that, they could have made it 1-1. Defensive mistake made by Raf. Has only going to play Zach Harborn in. Decent shot, decent save. From that resulting corner, it's whipped into the box. Taylor Byrne can't get his head on it, and it's a decent defensive clearance from Vinny. Eventually breaks out to Patch, plays it back to Titch, inside to Beefy. Beefy looking for options, back out to Patch on his right hand side. First touch wasn't the best, has a little slip. Hadley does his defensive duties and it goes out for a throw-in. Now ball into Taylor Byrne from Titch. How about this for spreading the play? Decent out to that left hand side looking for Ats. Ats always looking for options and has got a decent pass on him. Plays into the danger area, but no one's on the same wavelength. Now ball tossed into Stephen Caesar. Raf's definitely pulled him back there. Not sure what the referee has or hasn't seen. Eventually waves the game on. Tommy comes out with the ball. Decent footwork. But when I talk about decent footwork, how about this from Taylor Byrne? Now you see it, now you don't. I'm going to stop chatty-pattying and let you enjoy some of the football.
Football eyes. He's going to shoot him.
Right, Tom! Oh, thank you, Aidan. You need to tell him, because look at him. Mate, we're making it look like Barca. And the worst. Really, no time, man. Too much fucking time, but you're going to let me...
Now as we go back up the other end, Titch into feet of Zach Harborn, who sees the pass on for Taylor Byrne, who strays and plays a mislaid pass into the middle. Decent little flick there by Mix. Now Will had time to carry the ball on there, but overplays one to Vinny. But Heno doing what Heno does, dogged, defending, and ends up clearing their lines.
Will, work right!
You think it's a 90
Now Raf in possession of the ball, knocks one over the top. Now Mix does just enough to put Wazza off balance. Hampton retrieve it, peek up into the centre of the park. Neat one inside, managed to get a shot away, but it's dragged wide. Misplaced touch there by centre half Tommy for Hampton. Sends Jack Whelan on his way on that left hand side. Now Ats is an option on the edge of the box. Decent first touch. Skips past Raf, but Tiz sticks his foot in. He dilly-dallies on it, and Ats manages to take it back off him. Beefy plays it onto that left hand side. Shot away by Whelan. Keeper fumbles it. Now Hadley manages to get a foot on it, but it goes no further than Taylor Byrne, who recycles the ball and keeps it active. Back into Ats again. Edge of the box to Zach Harburn. Gets his shot away, just over the bar.
Hey lad, how much space do you want to give him?
Now you gotta love a 50-50. Hadley retrieves it in the end, plays it into Will, but fair play to Zach doing his defensive duties, but Hadley only goes and nicks it back off him. Plays it to that right hand side to Tiz. Referee could have blew it for a foul, but the advantage was on. Ball played into Mix once again. Decent footwork, just comes away from him. Hatfield manages to retrieve the ball, manages to get past Wazza. Heavy touch, goes out for a goal.
Hey, Hadley!
Now more industrious working at midfield by Zach Harburn. Plays it out to that left hand side. Jack Whelan always looking to get his shot away. Round one, but Tommy does just enough to get a defensive block on it. Scooped up by the keeper.
I took it!
Well done, Hadley. Played well. Mix up.
Yes.
Now Zach Harburn breaking in on goal, but Hadley does just enough to drag him wide. Decent footwork by Zach once again. Steph tries to play him in for the 1-2, but it's overhit slightly. Nonetheless, Zach's in that corner. Seems like he's got nowhere to go. In a cul-de-sac. Ends up doing a U-turn. Round Hadley. Decent little 1-2 there with Steph. Manages to pick out an Ats on the edge of the 18-yard box. Heavy touch. And Vinny's definitely in for that 50-50. Left-hand side with Jack Whelan. Always looking to get his shot away. Gives it out to Patch, who gets his head up and thinks, have it. Needle goes in the back of the onion bag.
That's it. Hey, he's not bad. Lads, set up.
Free kick taken by Ats. Flicked on by Taylor, but Hayden does his defensive duties and Hampton managed to clear their lines. Now just drawing towards the end of the first half on that left hand side with Beefy once again. Another late one left on him. Referee plays the advantage. Jack Whelan gets out of his feet. Someone's car definitely got dented.
Look at the gap. Look at that gap. Fucking look at the gap.
Now long throwing by Taylor Byrne. Decent control by Steph. Manages to pass it on. Breaks the patch.
Tackle,
Deflected.
no.
Back of the onion bag. 2-0 to VIP.
Tackle, no.
Oh, Patch, I don't know what was worse, the goal or the celebration. Either way, they all count. Now as we enter the last minute of this first half, VIP still in the Hampton half, trying to make it a third. Got a love a 50-50. Ends up breaking out to Taylor Byrne. He manages to get his shot away. Decent save.
What a save.
Even Heno's got to give Tregs a pat on the back for that save. Decent. Now Hampton managed to clear their lines from the corner. Referee blows up for half time. 2-0 to VIP.
That's half time already. I'm saying, brother.
It's the worst goal of all time.
Big, strong, get the ball down. There's loads of options in there. The football that we're playing at times, good football. Literally, it's a hard pitch to play on. But have to be wary of that. It's not very forgiving, so at the end of the day, someone does put a bit too much on it. It's what it is, isn't it? Yeah? We keep it positive, we stay off each other's back. Steph, you're going to get nicked and knocked up there at top, yeah? That's what defenders do, they pull you, they pinch you.
I know, but everyone...
Yeah, I know, but we're trying to get away from looking at the ref for this and that. We don't need the refs to win games, innit? You know what I mean? That's what, you know, and that is literally all I'm going to say. We don't need refs to win games, so if they blow, he'll blow. He's not a bad ref, to be honest. It's a hard game for him to ref as well, because it's very fast out there. It is very fast out there. All we've got to do is stay on top, 2-0 up. Mate, we don't look like even conceded, you know what I mean? But at the same time, we've got to stay on him, yeah? Enough.
Being comfortable on the ball fucking is learned, isn't it? And when we've changed that round, I feel like in every area we're comfortable and we're looking to make forward passes and forward runs, and I think the Pats give us something different. It was time to stop that fucking rapping. Where is he, little Javi Noel up in Cotton Wall, innit? And there we go. Once we've got a bit of energy back, you know, we're ticking over again. Good. I'm proud of it. Good. If you ain't enjoying that, I don't know what you will. Honestly, we take that now. We learn from the first half. We take it into the second half. Possession in the game on today. To learn from it and fucking crack on, boys. So keep on it. Keep fucking remembering about the positive instruction and carry on, boys. Keep going. Enjoy it. Good.
Come on and be on.
Boys, what was said was said. We've seen it from the sidelines. It's said for a reason. Boys, we can know how we get to really fucking can. We've got so much more quality than what we just fucking see. We've been in this position loads of times this season.
I think where the issue's coming from, I know you say they're like Taylor's the senior. I don't think any of them, man. They're just swapping. They keep on switching.
Exactly.
So like,
we'll just stay man for man.
Yeah.
At one point, we're always going to be sitting in the back.
Of course, I get it, yeah. But
It don't work.
like I say, just communicate. That's just talking. I think if you talk to each other a bit more, it might be easier. That as well. The bottom and stuff, the skin. You just got to fucking put your foot back through it. Get it up on their side of the pitch. You know, the cannot stand for. Our goal nearly came from Mikel fucking Will up in the centre half. Falls to Will. Goes in wide with a post. Fucking up there. Lads, something will drop. Lads, that's what
How do I switch it round? Yeah, let man know, yeah. I'll be a fat baby. Get to know first, I'm taking this shit, man. It just moves on its own. This is mine now, Fats. This is mine. Taking this shit up. Oh, boy, is it? Oh, Fats, boy, is it following me, bro?
Now with the halftime team talks done and dusted, let's get this second half underway. Now free kick to VIP just inside the Hampton half. Titch whips it in. Taylor Burns always going to be a problem in the air. Just goes over the bar. Now back down the other end, Heno was showing why people rate him as one of the top 5 defenders in the league. Does his defensive duties, plays out to Beefy. Tries to whip one up the line, but eventually it's overplayed. Ends up going back to the Hampton keeper. Back and forth in the first couple of minutes of the second half, and as you can see, the Hampton boys are on the attack, but Taylor Burns still playing. Now you see it, now you don't. Decent techers.
Oh, who was that then, Taylor? Cheeky bastard.
Now I do apologise for the language. I get a bit excited when I'm on the sidelines watching football, but nonetheless, as we get back into the action, you got Zach Harburn, who has definitely been a driving force in this game so far, alongside Taylor Burn. Mirandering up that right hand side, plays one into Stefan Caesar. Still showing us an option on that right hand side, Zacky's, but credit where it's due to the big man at the back, Raf. He did do his defensive duties as well. Now on a pitch such as this one is so slippy, it is easy to be wrong footed. Patch tries to play one in, Hayden gets a foot on it and ends up playing Jack Whelan in. Now Whelan doesn't need 2 invitations to hit the back of the onion bag, and there you go, 3-0 to VIP.
They're offside.
Now straight from kickoff, VIP go hunting once again. Patch all over it. He did have a decent first half and he started the second half in the same vein. On that right hand side again with Zach Harburn, he was definitely been an outlet also. VIP just keeping the ball and recycling it. Back to Teach, back to Captain Heno. Again, Titch is still an outlet on that right hand side. Lovely little ding over the top to Zach Harburn, but Raf's all over it. Defensive and reads the game really well. Plays it out for a throw-in. Now the orange and black arm is still deep inside that Hampton half, but the Hampton boys are dogging in there defending, getting bodies in and around them. Will Simmons gets a touch on it and Taylor Byrne brings him down. Free kick.
It's unlucky there. It's gotta be.
Now as Byfield's there talking about his GCSE results, Will Simmons whips on in the box. Mix plays it back out to him, dinks another one in. Now if the Hampton lads are on it, they may have an opportunity.
It's there though, the football's there, but no, it's just not clicking. It's holding.
And as you heard the Hampton lads talking, they do play some decent football, but it just wasn't sticking. I can tell you a player who the football does stick to though. Your man on the ball right here, Taylor Byrne, number 3. Doesn't matter where you play him, he does you a job. Now ball switch out to that right hand side to Titch. Looking for options. Plays one inside to Ats. Always got a naughty pass on him. This time goes for a shot, saved by the keeper. Now a couple of substitutions, decent shift by Heno and a decent shift by Hayden. Now mixes on the ball, looking for an outlet, just overplays it into the keeper's hands. Now decent footwork by your man on the side doing kick-ups. And talking about decent footwork, got your man Beefy on the ball again, left hand side. No real space, but he manages to create something for himself. Tomo comes across, mistimes it, referee blows it for a free kick. And a man that doesn't get enough credit, does the dirty work and goes unnoticed sometimes, is the veteran Waza that plays at the back for VIP. Definitely up there for a shout for one of the best defenders in the league, if I do say so myself. Now as we go back down this left hand side, the boy Taylor Byrne's in possession again. Out to Stefan Caesar, tries to set a player up, but another young defender who I reckon will see a lot more of, Raf, clears his lines.
Come on, Ned!
Now I don't know if Heno's running the line or auditioning for an episode of Strictly Come Dancing. Either way, let's get back into the action. Taylor Byrne driving, but that young defender Raf again doing his duties. Now I have to say this, Taylor, I praise ya, but you've just been sent to the shop there, mate. Decent turn that is by Vinny. Hampton on that left hand side with Hadley driving forward, looking for options. Gives the ball to Will Simmons, who has got decent delivery, gets his head up and picks out Mix, who's at the back post. Free header. Should have hit the back of the onion bag.
Oh, it's unlucky.
50 feet.
Now there was a substitution in the break of play. They brought Louison. Doesn't get his first touch right there, but he managed to clear his second one. And he wasn't taking any chances with the third one here. Absolutely says have it. Now the orange and black army starting to whip this ball around a little bit, but they can't get too complacent because you got the big man up top, Mix, that in all fairness to him was doing a lot of dogged work. Skips one challenge and it's 3-on-2 here. If they manage to get their passing right, they could get themselves back into the game. Now Vinny plays in Will Simmons, but Wazers gets in and around it, blocks the shot, goes out for a throw in. Gaffer Clark ain't happy. From that resulting throw in, the big man Vinny's got some decent hold up play. Plays into number 11. Now at this point, people, what can you say?
Can ya? Cheeky. Oh, what a goal!
Can ya? Cheeky. Oh, what a goal!
Bring the fucking ball! Come on!
Oh, bro.
Up the fucking game!
So that was 3-1 down.
Now that's a decent introduction to the substitute Cal. goes and puts it in the back of the onion bag. I thought it was a cross, but looking back at it in the replay, he definitely meant it. So fair play and credit where it's due. As we get back into the action, you got the big centre half Raf on the ball again. Very comfortable and composed. Just overruns that one. It's decent enough though. Now, as Heno said, he's definitely one of the most skillful players in their team, and his passing range has been absolutely unsung today. Fair play to Ats. Plays in Zach Harbour on the right hand side, but Hampton clear their lines. Now Lewis with a decent ball into Mix, who plays out to Will Simmons. And in fair play to Vinny, makes a decent run. There's a bit too much on that pass though, and it skips off the surface.
It's going out, Go on, Vic. Oh, go on,
Now sometimes my commentary doesn't do the football justice, so just enjoy this next passage of play.
Here you go. But you got to work it in there, Vin. Go on. Too easy that is. Far too easy that is. Huh? I need to fucking change the fucking...
Now it didn't come to anything in the end, but the ball retention by the Orange and Black Army was decent in that passage of play. Back up the other end, you got Jack Whelan on the counter-attack. Always looking to get a yard off to get his shot away, but decent defended by the Hampton boys. They've doubled up on him, and in places trebled up on him. Falls to Ats, shoots, but he goes well wide.
Hey Luke, that's the ref. How long we got? Come on, you care. Fucking hell.
Now Heno and Clarkey, I'm not too sure what happened there. You went from being best of pals having a chat 1 minute to Heno trying to knock you on the next. Things you love to see. Now as we get back into the action, the tackles are coming in thick and fast. Breaks on his right hand side to Hatfield, shows his strength, gets his shot away. Now it's still raining cats and dogs, and at this point the ground was getting ridiculous. Lads slipping all over the place. Now ball picked up in the middle by substitute Bradders. Plays out to that left hand side. I believe that was Hadley, correct me if I'm wrong. Now out to Lewis, just in front of the camera. Whips a decent enough ball into the back post. He turns and thinks there's nothing of it, but the defender still has to commit, and it goes out for a corner. Now corner whipped in, looking for the head of Tommy. Gets a head on it, can't get the right contact. Now I seen Pep Guardiola's Barcelona do it, where they're playing out from the back. What you call it? Tiki-taka, taki-tika, whatever you want to call it. Waza into Mossy. Mossy into Taylor Byrne. How's your spread on that pass, lad? Absolutely naughty. Zach puts him under pressure. Keeper's got to commit. Breaks out to Wheels. Now you see it, now you don't. Back of the onion bag. 4-1 to VIP.
Always gonna do that.
Like, well, he's a fucking change you open. Change you open.
Now VIP definitely looking to finish the season as strong as possible. Still in for a chance for the title. But I'll tell you who's looking to the end of the game. Raf. Jack Whelan standing over the free kick, steps up, deflected off the wall, safely into the keeper's hands. Now Hatfield trying to drive into the half, gets caught in possession, cheeky little no-look pass here by Atz, into the feet of Taylor, sets Zach on his way, tries to play one through to Wheels, just overhit. Now the one thing I will say about the Hampton lads is, regardless of the scoreline, they did continue to try and play decent football, and every opportunity they had to attack, they definitely went in on the attack. They've got decent players in their team, and I don't think it'll be long before everything clicks for them. But they're still recycling the ball, 25 yards out from the VIP goal. Options on that left-hand side, whipped in by Hadley. Again, another decent ball, but nobody on the end of it. Now Wheels reads that flick on from Taylor Byrne quicker than everybody else. He could easily slot Zach in on that right-hand side, but Raf, decent tackle that is.
Oh, that is green. Oh, now you see it now, you don't, lad. Easy, Tommy, lad.
Tackles flying in thick and fast on the pitch, and I don't think Atz has finished with the tackles yet though. Now from that resulting free kick, Tommy gets a head on it. Taylor Byrne gets caught out of possession. Hatfield left foot shot, saved by the keeper. Now from that resulting corner, it's whipped in for Hampton. Taylor Byrne gets a foot on it and ends up driving on that left hand side. There's a run just in front of him by Whitey, plays it through, but it holds up in the mud. Whitey tries to play one out to that right hand side to Wheels, but once again intercepted by Hampton, and they start again.
That's the same, ain't it, Ref? It's a soul, that is. It's on Mo's face. It's on his face.
Now as we enter the last dying embers of the game, ball whipped in by Lewis, helped on by Zach, into Whitey. Atz plays it first time into Patch. Patch tries to set Wheels on his way. Keeper's on it though, clears one high into the sky. Now it's just a bit of me to you, you to me at this moment. Referee's looking at his watch, about to blow the whistle any minute. Now one big Fazza, this is Sunday League settings. Thanks for having me.
Oh, lads, fucking good game, man. Guys, my bro, come down in a bit, fella.
lad.
Good to Oi! Quality boys. Oh, lads, unlucky, man. By Vinny, unlucky, lad. Yeah? How about them?
Again, back to fucking today. Well done,
Very well on there.
Lad changes and back there, boys, yeah?
Cheers, win, lose or draw. Beers and a cup of tea.
Next week I'm starting. I'm going to do something special for the camp. It'll be the first goal of the season, bro.
Now as we go around the grounds,
Yeah, mate. Yeah, mate.
now as we get around to the Premier Division fixtures and also the Championship fixtures, everything is definitely spicing up, running into the last couple of weeks of the season. Everything to play for. League titles, top goal scorers. Yeah, I'm all for it. Now respect people, myself Big Fazza, on behalf of Sunday League Settings, like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bless up.